live! Hello everybody and welcome to Race 6 of the Legends Racing League Classic Truck Challenge here at Martinsville for 120 laps of short track racing action under the lights. Joining me today in the broadcast booth, the one, the only, Thomas Fisher. Thomas, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing very well. Yourself, Jonathan?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty excited for this race. Martinsville is one of my personal favorite tracks. It always seems to provide good racing, really no matter what conditions you're running in. Right now, we're just in practice, going to wrap it up in a couple of minutes here. We'll go ahead and pull up the lap times on your screen. At the top of the board is Eric Heater with a 19.415. Remember, he won at the Charlotte Roval 1 week ago in dominating fashion. Andrew Cootie in second, who had a 1-point deduction after Martinsville, just a couple of hundredths off the pace. Taking a look at the standings coming into today's race in Martinsville, Eric Heater leading the points by 19 points over Eric Keplinger. And I think you're going to like Eric Keplinger's truck because he has a pretty cool logo on the quarter panel. We'll go ahead and show that to you in a minute. Andrew Cootie in third, who is second on the board right now, 8 points back of Keplinger. So the points battle is starting to close up for second, but Eric Heater is running away at the front of the field. So, tonight's race, it's going to be a first for the broadcast here on TMG. We've got some short track racing in these classic trucks. Thomas, what are you expecting out of tonight's race?
Well, to be entirely honest, we are here for 100 and some laps. I believe it's 150 laps this weekend, if I'm not entirely mistaken. So honestly, I'm kind of expecting at least 130 laps of caution. And I just had a look, it is 120 laps of caution, my mistake. Sorry, 120 laps of racing.
We're going to go into overtime like 5 times to get 130 laps.
Oh, yes.
Anyways,
and there you can see the TMG logo.
There's the truck I was talking about, Eric Keplinger with the TMG logo on the rear of his truck. I mean, I've got to say, I think he wins Paint Scheme of the Week, just by default. A couple of other, I mean, you know, okay, Eric Heater, he's got an all-right truck, he's got the Legends Racing League stuff, but, like, you can't top the TMG truck. You just can't.
You definitely cannot.
One new thing that we're going to try out for the broadcast this weekend is we have a new camera angle. Hopefully this works. Yes, it does. You can see this kind of driver cam that we have on board of the race car. You see Eric Keplinger trying to get it through 3 and 4, but dying multiple times along the way.
I love as well how the camera angle kind of clips through the seat as well. So you've got that little bit of the seat angle as well in there. Oh my gosh! Okay, everybody's down on the back straight. Everybody's just dead on the back straight.
Only the highest quality camera angles here on TMG. And another thing that's pretty cool, Connor Grindstaff, who is running the Street Stock Series this season, he's also going to be in the race. Right now he's a couple of tenths off the pace, but I think that as he gets more acclimated to this racetrack, he'll start to warm up a bit, maybe crawl up the leaderboards. Only 2 minutes remaining in practice, and we'll head into qualifying, where Eric Heater is currently looking the favorite for pole position.
Well, we've seen a couple of upsets in the past, such as last week, where Michael Rosero seemed to be doing very, very well in free practice, and then Eric Heater has absolutely destroyed him in qualifying. So, I mean, you never know. Perhaps, as we see Connor Grindstaff.
Oh, and he's going to collect
and gets collected.
I think that's the 76.
Tyler Tomasi.
Oh, yes, that is the 76 of Tyler Tomasi, who, keep in mind, won the Street Stock Test Race. We'll be back live with that series on Tuesday. The top two separated by just under a tenth of a second, as you see Brock Picard stopped on the back straightaway. Pretty nice paint scheme. I think he's going to be second in the paint scheme battle. I think that's another bonus point we need in this league. We need best paint scheme. As what is Eric Heater doing? Oh my.
No idea. Speaking of Eric Heater, how would you like, Jonathan, to try out something new and perhaps bring a driver in for a pre-race interview instead of a post-race one this week?
How about that? Eric Heater, who is currently the leader of the point standings, why don't we go ahead and pull him in, and we'll immediately catch him off guard. Let's see if I can find him.
Yep.
Here he is.
I got him.
All right.
Hey, Eric, it's Thomas up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hi, yes, we're trying something new. We're going for a pre-race interview. So, after winning last week, what are you expecting heading into this week? Your confidence high, or you still going to try and keep it humble and make sure you can get to that checkered flag?
Yeah, of course the priority is to definitely finish. We do need some points though. Oh wait, no, sorry, I didn't miss this race last week. I don't know, just going to try to keep the point standings up top. We have a good race car, so hopefully we'll be able to stay up front most of the time. If we get a good qualifying lap, we'll have to see.
Yeah, brilliant. Right now, looking at the standings, who's going to be, do you reckon Andrew Coody's going to be able to challenge you, or are you hoping like a dominant performance like last week?
Well, I went on a long run earlier, and Tyler was a little bit faster than me, I think. I'm not sure if he was on newer tires, but he was able to get by me. So hopefully we can work on our long run speed, and we'll get that working in the race.
Brilliant. Yeah. Thank you, and good luck in qualifying.
All right. Thank you.
All right, so qualifying starting just about now. I wasn't able to join into the session as a spectator, so unfortunately it's going to be back to the just kind of watching the leaderboard. We'll go ahead and pull up the times right now. In practice, Eric Eater was the fastest, so he is the favorite to get on pole position. But as we know, in qualifying, really anything can happen. I'm wondering here, how important do you think qualifying position is going to be as we go into the race?
I mean, as with any race, qualifying position is important. But obviously, on a short track, it's not the worst thing in the world to be a little bit further behind because you can kind of shove your nose up the inside at some point, maybe give somebody a bumping run. But yeah, in qualifying is always important to a certain extent, but I don't think it's going to be the most essential thing here at Martinsville where, I mean, you've seen, you can overtake. You can't really overtake around the outside, but you definitely can hopefully get a good run out of the corner and then send it down the inside.
Drivers going out for laps now. Tyler Tomasi at the top of the board with a 19.461. Stephen Denmark in second with a 19.699. Followed by Michael Rosero, Andrew Coody, Connor Grindstaff, Joseph Madigan, and Brock Picard. Both of those drivers setting times in the 20s, but I'm guessing that was just their but their first lap, so they're going to go ahead and go around for a second one now. But no one really able to match Tyler Tomasi. Granted, we haven't seen Eric Heater give it a shot just yet.
I mean, to be fair, Tyler Tomasi there is just a faster lap than Andrew Coody set in practice. So I wonder if Andrew Coody can be a little bit nervous.
Well, there's Eric Heater for his lap. He set a 22.45, which is pretty far off what he set in practice. It'll be interesting to see if he messes up his laps, how he'll be able to charge through the field. As a reminder, in this series, we do have a halfway caution. This time, it'll come at lap number 6. See if Eric Heater improves on his second lap. It doesn't look like he'll be able to. I think by now he would have finished.
Jalen Battle going to second, 19.526. Nobody's challenging Tyler Tomasi at the top.
Jalen Battle, remember, they won the first race that we broadcasted here on TMG at the Charlotte Oval. Now he has gone up to second, about half a tenth off the leader. Eric Heater does not look to have improved on his second lap, so he is going to roll off ninth. One of the surprises of the session, Connor Grindstaff, who's setting laps in the 20s during practice, has gone up to a 19.884 and is in the 7th position.
I've just been told that I should feel bad because apparently I've given Eric Heater the interviews curse.
Oh no.
Because he's just added me in Discord. Oh goodness, what have I done?
Tyler Tomasi on pole for now, trying to go back-to-back on TMG, but not back-to-back in the series. Nobody able to challenge him just yet. It's looking like that might be set in stone. Only a minute 50 remaining in practice. Drivers yet to go out on laps include, just as I said that, Brendan Timon completed his lap with a 21.38. We'll see if he improves on his second lap. That leaves Matt Moreau and Casey Drake to go out.
Yep. I have to say, I wonder if this is going to be another case like 3 weeks ago now, where Jalen Battle just absolutely dominates the end of the race, but kind of, isn't too strong at the beginning. We saw him; he wasn't too strong in qualifying, but then he really cinched up the order at the end of the race and was able to win it.
Yeah, qualifying versus race pace, that's going to be important. Matt Moreau sets a 22.7. Very disappointing for the number 38 truck. They are going to go plumb last. Can Casey Drake say anything about this top 12? I mean, he's still got time to do it, but he'd have to go out now. The number 65 yet to set a lap.
I have a feeling he's going to be doing brace control this week.
Yeah,
I've just been called out by Brock Picard as well, saying commentators spelled incorrectly curse GG MBY. I can win now. Lol. To clarify, he is below Eric Heater.
I mean, he is starting 11th, but hey, I believe you.
I'm not sure if he's in a very good position to call me out there. But
yeah.
Oh well, it happens. Bad qualifying here for Eric Heater, and honestly, I'm looking very much forward to seeing him charge to the field during this race.
I mean, you got a long time to do it. 120 laps. the halfway caution at lap 60. But I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more than just a halfway caution. Also, update on the Street Stock Series. It has been confirmed fairly recently that they will be using a choose cone for all of their events, which makes me very excited, because I personally am a big fan of using that. After seeing it in the All-Star race, at least a big fan of using it on shorter tracks. So, the field going to start gridding up now, starting with your pole sitter, number 76 of Tyler Tomasi. And, Tom, I don't believe you were able to do this last week, but I know this is something that you like to do quite often. Why don't you go ahead and take us through the starting lineup for the race tonight?
Yeah, well, to that, I have to be able to see the leaderboard. There you go. So, starting on pole is the number 76 car of Tyler Tomasi. Starting beside him is the 10 car of Jalen Battle. Starting right behind them is the 8 car of Stefan Denmark. Starting alongside him, Michael Rossero, the number 23 car. Andrew Cootie starts on the 3rd row. Quite far away behind the pole sitter. Beside him, we have Eric Keplinger in his number 60 machine. Behind them, you got Connor Grinstoff, 72 car, and the 34 car, Brendan Timon. Behind them on the road, just behind them, Joseph Madigan, Eric Heaton, in the 75 and 28, respectively. Brock McCard in the 24 and the 38 car of Matt Moreau complete the 6th and final row of this grid.
Gotta say, I'm a little bit confused by the paint scheme on the number 8. But, alright.
I mean, that looks like a mix between the American and Austrian flags.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, interesting.
Nope, never mind. It's not that, because you've got the stars, which I think represent the European Union?
Alright, so we got the European Union car here.
Hold on,
I really hope that isn't a Confederate flag, because I don't want to show a race with a car with a Confederate flag, but oh well, we'll just have to try and ignore it.
I can tell you that it's not the Confederate flag.
I think it might be one of them. You know, I remain skeptical. Either way, it's a very interesting design. Okay, we're gonna do.
If you can hear my key bindings in the back, I'm currently Googling.
I've got a feeling that's a state flag. Probably.
U.S. states.
It looks like they tried to make the Georgia flag, but failed. So anyways, why don't we go ahead and get started. Pace laps underway here at the Martinsville Speedway. Tyler Tomasi leading away. Your pole sitter is going to lead the field to green tonight in Martinsville. I mean,
yeah, I do believe, in fact, it is the Georgian state flag.
Just without, like, the emblem in it. Well, it was an attempt.
It was an attempt. I can see why it would be difficult. But, I mean, image cropping does exist, so I'm not too sure what's going on there.
Yeah, me neither. Interesting design there by the number 8 truck. Alright. We got some Friday night short track racing action under the lights in Martinsville. Personally, I can't think of a better combination. Tyler Tomasi is going to lead the field to green. We'll see how long it takes to get that first caution. Your points leader coming into the night, Eric Heater, with a disappointing qualifying, will be starting in the 10th position. Let's go ahead and get them started here in Martinsville. With the green flag, it'll be Tyler Tomasi on pole alongside the 10 of Jalen Battle. Let's wind him up and get ready for some action. Green flag is out. Let's go racing in Martinsville.
Green flag.
Seem to be getting away pretty cleanly there. Tyler Tomasi looks to be holding the lead into the first corner. Jalen Battle tucking in behind him. Stefan Denmark being able to hold the 3rd position. Andrew Cootie and 23 car Michael Rossero side by side, but Andrew Cootie's falling back.
Cootie on the inside of Rossero. That battle is for the 3rd position. Coming around to complete lap 1. They have done it under green. And Tyler Tomasi is going to escape with the lead. The battle is behind Andrew Cootie on the inside of Connor Grindstaff, who goes a little bit wide. That's going to leave the space open for Eric Heater to send it down the inside of him, and maybe he's going to get a double overtake here. Try it down the inside of Andrew Cootie. That is not going to work. He is going to slip up a little bit. Coming to lap 3 of 120.
I think what these guys need to start doing, though, is playing the long game here. As much as they're going to chew up their tires now, that just means their tires are going to be more dead later on, so they got to be really calming it down at this point and just trying to play the long game.
Yeah,
there's no point in Eric Heater getting past everybody and chewing up his tires and having no tires and getting eaten up as Andrew Cootie goes a little bit wide and Eric Heater closes right up to the back of him.
And I think it might have hurt you there because they've started to calm down, but Joseph Madigan has not. He is trying to send it down the inside of Connor Grindstaff. The huge lockup going into turn number 1.
That's good. That's going to give the young Madigan a chance here. Looking into turn 3, I believe this is that we're looking at.
Yep.
Out of turn 4 now. Will he have the run? Not quite enough.
On board with the number 75 of Joseph Madigan. Trying to get to that bumper of that bright green
and Matt Moreau's dead in the inside.
Oh, we got trouble?
Something's happened to Matt Moreau.
Matt Moreau in the number 38 truck stopped on the inside of the track. No caution.
Looks like he's just spun himself out. You can see those tire marks.
This is going to be hard to rejoin. The leader is coming. Luckily, they did not run into each other there. That could have been very dangerous.
Ooh. Andrew Cootie all over the back there. Sorry, Eric Heater all over the back. Oh no, they've switched places.
Oh, we got
and somebody's down the outside wall.
Jalen Battle around in front of the field and nearly collects the number 60. Another truck went around, but I can't tell who that was. That was Brock Picard in the number 24.
And was that Eric Keplinger? Eric Keplinger is well involved.
Yeah, Eric Keplinger involved as well, but it started with Jalen Battle turned into the outside wall at the time of caution. Tyler Tomasi was your race leader. Let's go ahead and get a replay of what just happened. Damage to the number 10 of Jalen Battle. They will likely have to serve repairs on pit road. Here is a replay of what happened. We see Jalen Battle and the number 23 of Michael Ricero. It happen next time by. Try and get a good idea of what happened coming to the lead up. Yeah, Jalen Battle just, I think they went a little bit slow through the corners. Take a look right here into turn 3. Ricero sends it. Contact. Battle gets turned into the wall. At that point, it's just on. Keplinger barely squeezes on the inside.
And then you can see the 24 car there is getting tagged straight into that inside wall, straight to the scene of the accident.
Yeah, not good for the 24.
Looks to be quite a lot of damage on the nose of that car. I'm not sure if it's just the camera angle. Oh, nope, he looks... Yeah, a little bit of right front, and then even more damage as he collects into that inside wall. You can see there, just a little mangled up, but nothing he can't live with.
Yeah, you know, I think the
Eric Keplinger very lucky to get that massive truck slowed down in time.
Very glad that Eric Keplinger didn't get that truck beat up. He's got the nicest paint scheme here. So under caution at Martinsville, Stephen Denmark has taken over the second position in that Georgia truck. I still can't tell if that was supposed to be the flag. All right.
I want to say it was supposed to be the flag, but I think he's just messed it up.
I think maybe he just made the choice not to include it, or I don't know.
I mean, I have to say, it looks kind of like the European Union flag,
just like
combined with an Austrian flag.
I have a feeling that's not what he was going for, but if it was, that's very interesting.
I mean, big up the Europeans out there.
Oh, and Matt Moreau, he is going to be a couple of laps down here. He's not exited the race, but at the moment he is going to be 3 laps down from the lead.
Well, plenty of time to make those laps up, but not
definitely.
with that rear end.
I mean, it is Martinsville. You can still pack quite a lot of speed in a pretty beat-up truck, because I guarantee you that's not going to be the biggest damage we're going to see tonight.
Oh, no, I have a feeling we're going to see probably a lot more hurt feelings than we will hurt trucks, though.
Now, speaking to some of the drivers before the race, I asked them kind of what's the policy around the bump and runs in this league. Basically, they said as long as you don't dump the guy, it is fair game. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of borderline dumping tonight. How about Eric Heater, though? He has clawed his way from 7th all the way up to 3rd in just about 7 laps. Good job to the number 28, because he is going to be 3rd on the restart. It's going to be Tyler Tomasi leading the way when the pace car comes into the pits.
Andrew Q, I have a feeling he's probably going to see it's like a big opportunity as the pace car is in the pit lane heading into turn 3, Tyler Tomasi just moving up the track a little bit. Stefan Denmark not wanting to lose as little time as possible. And he's gone. Eric Heater now up the inside of Stefan Denmark, almost clearing him. Will he be able to clear him into turn 1? Yes, he will. Completely cleared is Stefan Denmark. As you see it, Andrew Cootie even falling back there.
Yeah,
Yeah, the 72 car of Connor Grindstoff
And
getting through. As
Grindstoff
Connor
gonna
Grindstoff's
lock
up the
up.
inside of Stefan Denmark, and so is Andrew Cootie. Stefan Denmark absolutely falling back in this race.
Yeah, Denmark fell to the back pretty quickly. He got locked, Grindstaff locked up on the inside of him, sent him a little bit wide. Meanwhile, behind Rosero, working on the pass on Eric Keplinger. Battle for the lead is starting to heat up. Eric Heater and Tyler Tomasi getting pretty close to each other. Nearly a bump there by the number 28 of Eric Heater. Right.
This is going to be a battle we're going to want to keep an eye on.
Right now, looking back from the bumper of Tyler Tomasi, he has Eric Heater all in his rearview mirror. You can see the rest of the field really stacked up from about 4th on back. It's Connor Grindstaff leading that train. Pretty impressive considering the times he was setting in practice. Coming to lap 15 of 120.
I have to say, though, if these two at the front start both, Connor Grindstoff goes wide, and Andrew Cootie is well through.
Yeah, I have a feeling Andrew Cootie might have given him a little bit of a nudge there, just knowing his driving style, but I can't confirm it. Grindstaff now really helpless on the outside lane. He's going to fall back quite a bit. Meanwhile, Stephen Denmark has worked his way back up in a 4th as Grindstaff has gone way too deep into turn 3.
This battle for 3rd is going to be another interesting one as well. We know Andrew Cootie is not one to back down from a fight. Stefan Denmark, having not watched him much, I can't say which turn as he gets very close to the back of Cootie.
That was nearly a dump and run. You can see Stefan Denmark, I think he's got more pace than Andrew Cootie, but Andrew Cootie, he's in a points battle. He's trying to get second away from Eric Keplinger, or at least I think it's Eric Keplinger who's trying to get second away from him.
Yeah, it is.
He does not want to give up any points, but he's going to kind of have to.
Oh,
right
he's got
there.
Andrew
As he
Cootie's
gets
been
turned on the
dumped
front straightaway.
immediately.
Into the wall he goes.
And I was talking about hurt feelings. That is going to be a buttload of them.
Yeah, and a little bit of rear end damage to the number 9 of Andrew Cootie. Pretty obvious what happened there. He just hit the curb a little bit. He's going to have to get that truck refired. Barely going to avoid the wall. I don't know if
he's just gone a lap down.
Oh, I don't know if yeah, that's a good point. I don't know if iRacing's going to let that if it's going to let him have his lap back. But unfortunate for Andrew Cootie, it's pretty obvious what happened there. He just got on the curbing a little bit, went up the track. The number 8 tried to take advantage, but he was not able to. See if anybody decides to come into the pits before we take a look at a replay. It doesn't look like they will. Let's go ahead and get a replay of what happened to Andrew Cootie. So it's going to happen in the next corner. He's got the number 8 of Stephen Denmark all over his rear bumper. Going into turn number 3. I think I know what happened. Cootie just got on the curbing a little bit, sent him up the track. And Denmark tried to take advantage of it, but the door closed pretty quickly on him.
I don't think the door was ever really there. You can see his truck was never in the right place. He just ran straight into the back of him.
That was pretty opportunistic by the number 8. I don't think a move was.
And while we're looking at this replay, what do you think about getting Andrew Cootie into the booth here and seeing what he thinks about that incident?
Oh, that'll be lots of fun. Let's go ahead
Let's
and
do it. Yep, let me just go to his driver's chat.
Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Andrew,
Jonathan
it's Thomas up in the
TMG
booth. How you doing?
broadcast booth.
Hey.
So, a bit of an incident you had right there. From my view, you got on the curbing a little bit. Number 8 tried to send it down the inside, but the move wasn't really on. Can you give us your perspective of the incident?
Yeah, the braking's really difficult on the entry. You kind of lock up halfway through the braking process, and then right as I turn, I clipped the apron a little, and then I don't know what happened with the 8. I guess he clipped me and turned me, and then I stalled I was turning and I stalled it. So yeah, I was having a good run. I gotta get back up there.
Well, you've got plenty of time to do it. Good luck in the rest of the race. That was Andrew Cootie, who we just interviewed. He is, we'll pull him up after the race if he ends up with the top 3. I mean, it's possible. He's got a long time to do it. He's going to have 100 laps. Now, 99. But he's certainly going to have enough time. It's just going to be a matter of if he has the pace. Meanwhile, Joseph Madigan is in the pits, but he is barely going to beat the pace car off. Well, maybe not. No, he's going to do it. Good job by Joseph Madigan, barely beating the pace car off, able to stay on the lead lap.
I wonder if that was going to be the move of the move of the night for Joseph Madigan. They're pitting a little bit early because I have a feeling if the caution comes out again, a lot of these other runners aren't going to do this pit stop.
Yeah, we're 22 laps into the race now. I don't know what.
I don't think they will. But if they do, then Joseph Madigan's going to gain a couple positions. Even at that, even now, the fact that he's just pitted, perhaps he won't pit during the halfway quotient and try and gain as many positions as he can. He will lose a couple though, probably in the later stage of the race. But maybe it'll be a gamble. You never know. Because Andrew Cooney didn't get his lap back.
Michael Rosero suddenly has a lot of front end damage. I don't know where that came from. Back to the restart. A couple of storylines to monitor. Eric Heater has gotten all the way up into second. Andrew Cooney is trying to fight back from one lap down. And Tyler Massey is trying to hold them all off. Green flag is back in the air. We're down towards turn one once again.
Well, this is going to be an interesting battle there. As you can see, Michael Rosero and the 24 car of...
Brock Picard.
Brock Picard, sorry. Yep, forgot my numbers there for a second. Went side by side.
Wow,
big contact.
He's going to go up the track and around goes the 34. He's going to save it, never mind. Brendan Timon in front of Andrew Cooney down the front straightaway. We got another caution.
And Andrew Cooney is going to be absolutely punching through a wall after that one. Getting dumped and then now getting caught up in somebody else's incident.
That's a tough break for Andrew Cooney. That's the second time in about 10 laps he's been involved in an incident. It all started when Connor Grindstaff clobbered that inside curbing. It was on from there, and unfortunately Brendan Timon is going to go a lap down. I was going to say that Eric Heater got a good restart. He didn't lose any positions, which you often see happen to the driver in second. But I was kind of distracted by Connor Grindstaff really setting off an incident there. Tough break for Brendan Timon. He is going to go one lap down, and another tough break for Andrew Cooney. So we'll go ahead and take a look at a replay. Leader at the time of caution was Tyler Tomasi. Let's take a look at what happened. That's going to be too far. That's not going to be far enough back. There we go. So Connor Grindstaff clobbered the curb, but it wasn't really related to what happened because Eric Keplinger got into the number 34, clipped him again, which sent him back straight for a moment. But I think Brendan Timon was just too loose at that point to correct it and went around on the front straightaway.
Yeah, that moment when you know it's about to go and you just can't save it, that's a gutting moment. But imagine Andrew Cooney, how he's feeling. He's just seeing that happen in front of him. He tries to dive low. He takes the gamble, but unfortunately that doesn't pay off and he enjoys the accident.
So we'll take...
Well, when I say I didn't mean enjoy.
Yeah.
But...
I mean, it really started here. Grindstaff got a little bit loose. I think that might have distracted everyone behind them. It's kind of hard to tell. It looks like maybe Eric Keplinger was going for a move that wasn't really there. Timon was trying to cover it off when he probably shouldn't have. And I think it was going to be an optimistic move from Keplinger and an optimistic defending from Brendan Timon there. Yeah, I mean, you can't really put it on anyone there. One driver trying to defend, another driver trying to keep their position, and they just kind of came together. And who's that who's just pit again? Was that Joseph Madigan who just pit? I have a feeling he's trying to serve damage repairs one stop at a time. It seems a little early to come in for tires. Or perhaps he's just trying to get tires at every caution because he knows he won't go a lap down, and then try and make up some positions as Andrew Cooney gets waved around the pace car. So Andrew Cooney going to be put back. I want to say he's going to be back on the lead lap, but it might just be one down at this point. But if you're Andrew Cooney, I'm not too sure there if he lost another lap during that kerfuffle with Brendan Timon. Yeah, I don't believe he did. But actually, that's probably going to be a pretty lucky break for Andrew Cooney considering he is in the points fight. He really couldn't afford to lose that many points because he's only in third with really not that many races left to do it. I think we have 5 laps left after the race tonight and tomorrow, or 5 races left, sorry, after the race tonight and next week. I want to say we're going to Eldora, so you want to build up a nice cushion for that race because really, it's not Eldora. I can tell you that next week Michigan, is right. Michigan. Yes, we don't actually go there to Eldora. We go to Lanier. Oh right, I think that might have actually already been done earlier in the series. Sorry, I'm getting this confused with the C fixed. It's not what we're running. Nope, we're going to Lanier Dirt in 2 weeks' time. So the rest of the schedule will look like this: the Michigan Legacy. We're going for 60 laps next week. After that, the dirt track at Lanier, going for 80 laps. Sorry, Phoenix. We're going there for 70 laps at the Oval at Charlotte. Sorry, no, it's not the Oval at Charlotte. It was replaced by... I think USA. Something. Yes, it might be USA.
And then after the season finale is going to be at South Boston for a 175 lap final. As we've gone green again, and somebody's spinning immediately.
Around to the front straightaway, but it will not bring out a caution. Dash down towards turn 1, won by Tyler Tomasi. He is going to lead them down the back straightaway. Michael Ricero up in the third. Couple of drivers hitting the wall, coming lap 32 of 120. I don't know if they're going to throw the caution for whoever went around. Right, it was the number 8 of Steve from Denmark. He is still stuck on the front straightaway. No caution, though. We're staying green. That is going to be a huge, tough break for the number 8. Meanwhile, back at the front, we got a 3-car fight for the lead. The top 3 separated by just 0.4 of a second.
Oh, wow. They're getting very close in the front. Oh, very nearly contact between Eric Heater and Tyler Tomasi. Tyler Tomasi is going to be definitely gripping that steering wheel a little bit harder than before. So you can see that beautiful number 28 Silverado
Eric
closing up in every corner.
He is all over the bumper of Tyler Tomasi, not letting up at all. He is absolutely going for it. He is right next to that red and white curb, about as close as you can get. He's trying really hard to get around the 76, but Tyler Tomasi just isn't giving him a lane.
Tyler Tomasi's main goal for tonight is just going to be hogging that inside line, because he knows Eric Heater will not be able to get him on the outside line. So all he has to do is just not make a mistake. And I have to say, I think Tyler Tomasi might be very good here, unless there's a strategy mix-up with him, or Eric Heater pulls an absolutely amazing strategy out of the bag, as Eric Heater does clip the inside, the inside curbing a little bit.
Battle behind.
Side by side in the back. Brock Picard and Jalen Battle.
Jalen Battle, almost a little bit of contact. Jalen Battle going to prevail in that fight and come up into the 4th position. Meanwhile, back to the leaders. Michael Ricero is now on the bumper of Eric Heater. I mean, hey, if worse comes to worse, if you can't get around the guy in front of you, you always have that bumper on the front end. You can, maybe use up a little bit.
Well, I have to say, Michael Ricero doesn't have much left of it, so he's going to have to be very careful with that, because if he doesn't want to get any more damage to that Silverado.
Behind Connor.
Heater.
Sorry, I was just going to say the behind Connor Grindstaff is getting pretty close to the number 24 of Brock Picard. He is on the bumper, maybe trying to make a move going into turn number 3. Not quite close enough to go for it yet. Top 3 now spread out a little bit, separated by 0.8 of a second. Michael Ricero is closer to Eric Heater than Eric Heater is to Tyler Tomasi. But it's pretty even, about 0.3 between them. Eric Heater starting to close up on the leader once again. It's going to be round number 2 of the 76 versus 28. Let's see if Eric Heater is able to get him this time.
Very, very close. He always gets to these turns. Every time you always think, oh, will he give him a bump? But up to this point, it's been very clean between these two. At this point, they just must be focusing. Brake, turn in, don't spin it on exit. Good launch. Okay, do it again.
Yeah, I mean, really the best way to get around a guy here is going to be to do what you said, but better than the guy in front of you. Get a good launch out the corner, send it down the inside. Even if you have to dive bomb him, sometimes that's just what you got to do. But you got to be careful. Send it in too deep, you'll take out the guy in front of you and let the guy in third prevail. Michael Ricero, he's kind of just waiting in the wings at this point. He doesn't have too much pressure from behind.
Yep. The gap between Jalen Battle and Michael Ricero is only 0.6 of a second, I do believe.
Now take a look at what Tyler Tomasi's doing. He's entering a little bit higher than Eric Heater, but on exit, he is much better than that number 28. You can take a look at it this time by. He's going to enter narrow and just dime in the corner. Right there, he comes off the bottom a little bit. But he might have messed up that time, because take a look at how much closer Eric Heater just got.
Will he be close enough to send it down the side? Not on this occasion. Very close to the rear end once again. Will Tyler Tomasi get a slightly better exit? No, he will not. Eric Heater loses the inside. Is he going to go for the dive bomb? He looked, but he could not do it.
Yeah,
wasn't quite close enough on that occasion.
You got to kind of race this like a road course. Get alongside the guy, brake a little bit later, try and keep it alongside through the corner, and hope he isn't able to squeeze you enough to keep you alongside coming down the next straightaway. Just 0.3 between the leader as we approach the halfway caution. I do believe there is 1 bonus point on the line. Am I correct?
You are indeed.
So 1 point on the line. I mean, it could make all the difference depending on how close this championship is.
I have to say, though, Tyler Tomasi is going to want to win a lot of these races now. And I have a feeling that for top dog, it is going to be a fight between Eric Heater and Tyler Tomasi. Even though Tyler Tomasi is not really quite as close to the top as he would probably like.
Hey, I mean, if you can't go for the championship in overall wins, you might as well try and get as many wins as you can. Another thing that's interesting here, the field is approaching lap traffic, and what I'm really interested by is the fact that a lot of these lap cars are actually battling for position themselves. I mean, as much as, you know, as the leader, you want the lap cars to lay over and let you by, from the lap cars' perspective, they're battling for points, they're battling for position, they don't want to give it up either. And this is going to come into play just about now because the leaders, Tyler Tomasi and Eric Heater, have caught those lap down cars. Tomasi going to go down the inside of Joseph Madigan, taking one out of the way. Gotta say, Eric Heater has gotten a much better line through there. Andrew Cootie getting in the way of the 76. That's going to disrupt his line. Not by enough, though. Tyler Tomasi actually starting to extend his lead as Jalen Battle is now all over the bumper of Michael Rosero. He's going to go down the inside. Rosero blocks.
I have to say, though, the fight for these backmarkers isn't necessarily going to be the one of who can prevail on track. Well, it will be who can prevail on track, but it's also going to be who can get lapped the most efficiently. Because as you can see there, Andrew Cootie absolutely taking a mile out of Joseph Madigan simply because of the fact that he got lapped better than Joseph Madigan did.
That's a good point.
So you can see Jalen Battle and Mike Rosero are catching up. So it's just going to be a case of how well is he going to be able to get lapped.
As a lap car, you want to be able to...
You know, because
I mean, ideally, when you're a lap down and you're battling for position with someone, you want to be able to get past just quickly. You don't want to stay alongside them very long. You want to lose as little time as possible while costing the leader as little time as possible. How about Jalen Battle, though? I think that he's been saving tires throughout this first run. Maybe going to try and go for it in these last 10 laps. He's got a pretty relatively clean race truck. Meanwhile, the front of the field, Eric Heater getting closer to Tyler Tomasi once again. The battle is back on between these top two.
yes, it is very close to the back end. Just Tyler Tomasi gets Eric Heater. This is going to be I have a feeling it's going to be locked in battle like this the entire race. So the pressure is going to be mounting all the way to the end. Mostly for Eric Heater, who knows he has to get past. Because all Tyler Tomasi has to do is just hog that inside line, and there isn't much Eric Heater can do about it. As Tyler Tomasi goes a little bit wide, but gets a much better exit. And Eric Heater pulling away now a little bit. You just got to keep doing that at this point. Just keep getting better exits, better exits, and he is going to pull away.
He's got to play around with his line a little bit. I think that it's getting a little bit stale. He's got to try entering a little bit higher, exit a little bit lower. Just really fine-tune that line so you can get the best exit possible. Because really what Eric Heater needs to do is get around Tyler Tomasi fast because Jalen Battle is coming up quickly from behind. I mean, you can see Tyler Tomasi there. He's adjusted his line a little bit. He's gone a little bit wide, and it is really helping him on exit.
What I would really like to do in the post-race show here is to just have a look at the difference between these two lines, because that is going to be the difference between who wins and who loses. I'd also like to have a much better look at that after the race.
Eric Heater falling back towards Jalen Battle. I think he might have burned out his tires trying to pass Tyler Tomasi. So now it'll be between Jalen Battle and Eric Heater to try and get second. But do you really want second? Because the inside line has such a big advantage on these restarts, especially lining up in that third place. You might really not want to be the race leader. You might not really want to be in second place.
Yeah, I have a feeling as we get closer and closer to this midway caution, perhaps Eric Heater is just going to back himself up a little bit, give the track position to Jalen Battle, but then be able to get a much, much better launch off the restart.
Although we have seen Eric Heater has been able to make good use of that outside lane. And really, he might not have a choice between being passed by Jalen Battle or not. The gap between them getting smaller and smaller, just about 0.7 of a second. You can see the difference from this flyby camera. Tyler Tomasi gets a huge, really has a huge lead over Eric Heater. Eric Heater's lead over Jalen Battle, really not that big. Just 0.5 between them, coming to lap 57 and 120.
Yeah, the gap is now bigger between the 76 and the 28 than it is between the 28 and the 10 as Jalen Battle is now really caught up to the back of Eric Heater. This is going to be a very interesting one.
Oh my god.
Very close.
That is close.
Wow. That is very close. And you can see Jalen Battle is making that tighter line work. He's making it work a lot better than Eric Heater is. Look, he closes up in the corner, and then he doesn't lose that much time on exit. You can see he only falls back maybe 2 meters.
It's got to be a difference in tires. Jalen Battle, but he's going to go a little bit wide right there. Maybe try and get a diamond on exit. He's not close enough.
He is closing up slightly. Not enough, though.
2 to go in the stage.
If Eric Heater is going to let him by, it's going to have to be now.
Coming on the white
As we're
flag.
heading towards the final lap of the stage, Tyler Tomasi, unless he makes a mistake now, will get it as
Jalen
Jalen Battle
Battle
just
trying
taps
to get
the
the
rear.
28 a little bit loose. Not enough. One
He
to go in
does
the
tap.
stage.
Here we go to the last lap of the stage. Tyler Tomasi has won the stage at this point. Unless he makes a mistake, I don't think he's going to get caught.
Here goes
Not for
Battle.
1.1 seconds at least.
He's gonna send it
Jalen
down
Battle up
the
the
inside.
inside.
Not
Oh,
enough.
very nearly. Very, very nearly there.
Eric Heater is going to finish second in the stage. Stage 1 winner, Tyler Tomasi. Once the fifth place driver crosses the line, that will be the conclusion of the halfway mark of the race. Caution, it's not coming out yet. I mean, that's probably because Eric Keplinger has an absolutely huge gap to Michael Rosero. There it is. Halfway caution has been deployed. Your top 5 are Tyler Tomasi, Eric Heater, Jalen Battle, Michael Rosero, and Eric Keplinger. Tyler Tomasi leading the first half of the race.
Yeah, so now as these guys are just going to go through the pit cycles and all that, you and I, Jonathan, we have a decision to make. Which drivers? I think we can bring in a maximum of 2 drivers at this point. Is all we're going to have time for. So why don't we pick one driver each? Who would you like to see up in the booth
I want
tonight?
to go ahead and bring up Tyler Tomasi if we can, because I really want to ask him about the lines he was taking, kind of what he was doing to try and defend against Eric Heater.
Unfortunately, I don't think he's in.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. All right, so should we bring up Eric Heater again? I don't know. We already brought him up for qualifying.
Yeah, we already brought. What did we think about maybe bringing up Joseph Madigan?
Why don't we do that?
All right, I got him. Hey, Joseph. Oh, sorry. Hey, Joseph. It's Thomas up in the booth. You got me?
Yep, I got you.
So, how was that first stage for you there? We saw you pitting a couple times. And what were you thinking when you were pitting? Was there a particular reason you were pitting, or were you just trying to get some fresh tires and hopefully make the most off the start?
Damage, I had a lot of it. I think someone up there spun in front of me and I barely clipped him, but iRacing registered a lot of damage from it, so I had 6 minutes of optional, so right now I'm pitting just to take my fast repair and hopefully the rest of the race goes better.
Yeah, all right. So what are your expectations heading into the race? Are you really hoping you're going to be able to sort of punch your way back up through the field, or are you pretty happy with where you're sitting right now?
Well, I don't like being lapped, that's one thing. So I'm hoping that I can recover from this, but it's real hard when you're blinking, so.
Yeah. Last question here. We saw that when you were being lapped, I believe it was the first time by Tyler Tomasi and Eric Heater, we noticed that you lost a lot of time to Andrew Cootie. In the next stage of the race, are you going to really try and focus, if you do get lapped, on trying to minimize your time lost to the car ahead of you?
Yeah, I feel like I started reeling them back in at the end, but I was down about 600 horsepower, 600 RPMs, my bad. So I was really lacking straightaway speed, but I was way faster than everyone in the corners. So I feel like if we have even cars, I can reel in a few cars and pass them.
Yeah, well, brilliant. Thank you very much, Joseph. If there isn't anything Jonathan would like to add to that.
No, I'm good.
Yep, so good luck in the second half of this race.
Thank you.
So, update on the pit cycle. Got a bit of a shakeup. Eric Heater has taken the lead in the pits. Tyler Tomasi has come out in second. Michael Rosero in third, and Jalen Battle has received some sort of penalty because he is all the way at the tail end of the field. All that work that he made up in the first stage, he's going to have to do it again. So, coming to the restart, Eric Heater going to be leading with Tyler Tomasi alongside, coming to lap 67 of 120. We'll put the ticker back up on your screen. Eric Heater going to lead the field back to green as we get ready to restart here in Martinsville.
As we come now around the final corner, the pace car is in, and Eric Heater is gone. Very quick jump, and Tyler Tomasi manages to just slide in behind him and still ahead of Michael Rosero.
Oh my goodness, huge dive by Tyler Tomasi. He is all over the bumper of Eric Heater coming out of turn number 2. Is he going to try and take the lead back? He is.
Yes, he will. He's looking down the inside. Not enough on this occasion, though. He's now going to have to try and maximize his next exit and hopefully get down the inside of that 28 car.
He is all over the bumper. He got an incredible restart and going into turn number 1 and 2. Battle behind Eric Keplinger and Brock Picard. Picard trying to go back down the inside of Keplinger. Keplinger says no thank you and holds it around the outside.
Heading back to the front of the pack now. You can see Tyler Tomasi just going to really... And something's happened to Andrew Cootie.
Andrew Cootie off the pace on the inside. That's going to hold up Eric Heater. That's going to put
Eric
Tyler
Heater's going to be
Tomasi
absolutely
on the
frustrated with
bumper.
that one. You see Eric Heater weaving now just... And what is Andrew Cootie doing?
Oh, I don't know. Oh,
If I was
Tyler
Eric
Tomasi
Heater-
nearly gets spun. He does. Trouble, front straightaway. Tyler Tomasi around.
The yellow flag.
Caution
I have
is
a feeling
out.
I have a feeling that might have been caused there by Andrew Cootie just maybe checking up in the middle of the corner. I don't think that Tyler Tomasi was really expecting that, and that probably just caught him off guard, made him lose the rear end slightly, and straight to the scene of the accident. And at that
What
point,
was
really unlucky
Andrew-
for Tyler Tomasi.
What was Andrew Cootie thinking? I mean, he's way slower than the leaders. It's 5 laps into the run, and he's holding up the leaders.
I do have
Not
a
good
feeling that
conduct.
that might be a penalty.
Yeah, that's not good conduct out of the 9. There's some pretty strict rules in this league around doing stuff like that, and I have a feeling that that definitely violates one of them. Biggest
Yeah.
loser out of all of this is going to be the 76 of Tyler Tomasi. Tough break for that driver. He could have gotten the lead there, but unfortunately he just gets turned around, bringing out another caution. We'll take a look at a replay. Here it is in turn number 3. Watch the 23 of Michael Rosero. Yeah, they're just going so
Yeah, you can
much
see.
slower than him.
And I think Michael Rosero did tap him. So you can see it was just an Achilles effect.
I doubt
Andrew
that was
Cootie,
intentional.
Andrew Cootie checked up, Eric Heater checked up, Tyler Tomasi checked up, and Michael Rosero did not check up enough.
Yeah, I
And
gotta say,
straight into the back of Tyler Tomasi.
I can't really put that on the 23. He was going way faster than everyone else into the corner, and I don't think he really realized how slow they were going to be going. But it's Andrew.
I mean, that
Cootie.
wasn't anyone's fault except for Andrew Cootie's, in my opinion. There.
Yeah, and he's parking on the front straightaway. What is he doing? Okay, so interesting behavior here by the number 9. We might pull him up after the race to try and get his perspective on the incident. It's gonna roll.
Should we see if we
back.
can get in the race control director there, Casey Drake, and see what he has to say about that?
That'll be an interesting interview, actually. We haven't actually pulled up an admin yet, or
Yeah.
I guess a race control admin, so why don't we go ahead and bring up Casey Drake.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey Casey, this is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. I know it's a little bit weird that we're bringing the admin into the race, but we kind of wanted to get your perspective on what happened there between Andrew Cootie and Eric Heater. From what we saw in the booth, Andrew Cootie was really holding up the leaders, blocking Eric Heater, but we kind of want to know what you saw.
Yeah, after he spun there, he just tried to get back going, and leaders caught him at a bad time, and then he just kind of, I guess, I don't know, I guess he didn't know where to go, I guess, and maybe...
I mean, we've seen him get lapped before. We've seen him. He knows what to do. He knows to go to the outside. And we saw there, he almost brake checked Eric Heater, which caused the Achilles effect that ended up with Michael Rosero in the back of Tyler Tomasi and has effectively ruined at this point Tyler Tomasi's race. So what do you think is going to happen after this race? Will there be an investigation?
Maybe we were talking about it a little bit in the admin chat. Probably look at it after the race and see if we have any penalty to give Andrew.
All right,
Yeah,
thank
and
you,
what
Casey.
about Tyler Tomasi?
Oh, never mind.
Well, looks like you just kind of self-spun on the exit there on my point of view there.
On our screen there, we saw Michael Rosero, we believe it was, just tapping him.
I have a feeling it wasn't intentional, though.
Yeah, I don't think it was intentional, but anyway, thank you very much, Casey, for your time, and we'll catch you later.
Yep, thank you.
You know, Thomas, I don't know what it was, but I have a feeling that you're not too happy with the decision there made by Casey Drake.
I mean, I've been there before. I know what it's like when a lap car gets in your way and it ends with you spinning. So, honestly, I'd like to see him punished slightly more severely. And here we go to the green
Hold
flag
up, Eric
out
Heater
of
is
turn
taking
4.
the outside lane, and it's going to work for him. Down and away is the number 28. He is off towards turn 1.
Wow, he just scampered off like a scared goat then.
I got to be honest, I
Completely
had no
gone. As
idea.
Eric Keplinger up the inside of Brock Picard.
I didn't know
Jalen
you
Battle's
could
going
take
to
the
try and...
outside. I didn't know there was lane choice.
Don't ask me, I'm only a commentator.
Yeah, Jalen Battle sending it up the inside on Eric Keplinger. Keplinger right now in third. Jalen Battle says, no thank you, I'm going to take that spot right away from you, and goes up into the third position. Meanwhile, between the leaders, Michael Rosero kind of dropping back to Eric Heater. Eric Heater has flown away after that restart.
Yeah, and contrary to Eric Heater, believe it's Brock Picard has fallen right back as he goes up the inside of the 8 car there of Stefan.
Side by side, this is for the 6th position. Tyler DeMasi waiting there as well, trying to get some spots. Brock Picard getting it on the curbing, nearly spinning out. Tyler DeMasi says, "Thank you, sir," sends it down the inside and up into 7th.
Andrew Cootie there taking advantage of that as well and sending it right up the inside of Brock Picard. He is also saying thank you, sir, to Mr. Tyler DeMasi. Brock Picard trying to fight him back. Not going to work on this occasion, as you see Eric Keplinger all over the back there. Is that Brendan Timon?
Yes, that is Brendan Timon, who spun earlier on in the races all the way back up to 4th, having pressure from Eric Keplinger behind. The gap between the leader now 1.1 seconds. Eric Heater has really driven away from the field here.
Yes, he has. That start there really doing wonders for him. As you can see behind, Tyler Tomasi already on the back of Stefan Denmark.
Well, now he's around
and up
him.
is inside.
That was quick.
That was quick.
Yeah, Tyler DeMasi.
Now he's going to go
6th.
straight up to the back of Eric Keplinger. Tyler Tomasi there is going to be quite annoyed, and I have a feeling if he sees Andrew Cootie again this race, Andrew Cootie's final resting place might be in the outside wall here at Martinsville. Oh, well, straight up the inside of Eric Keplinger.
I have a feeling he didn't want to lose too much time battling with the 76, so he just ducked right away out of the way. Tyler DeMasi, I mean, he is tearing through the field. He's going to need a caution to really have a chance at the lead at this point, but he is running down. I mean, I don't know if he's running faster than Eric Heater, but he's certainly running faster than everyone he's around right now. I just got to watch out for those tires, though, because driving through the field like this probably not doing wonders for them.
Yeah. So already on the back of Brendan Timon and pulling in a gap there to Eric Keplinger. Looking to the inside, he's going to be on the inside of Brendan Timon.
That was quick.
Yeah, he's just going to clear him.
Brendan Timon, I mean, I think a lot of these drivers know how fast Tyler DeMasi is. They might be getting over the radio saying, hey, we're just going to let you by. Because Tyler DeMasi clearly much faster than everyone here. I don't think he's really interested in losing all that much time. So he's making pretty quick work of the field. Meanwhile, Jalen Battle is on the bumper of Michael Rosero. This battle is for 2nd.
Well, I have a feeling Tyler Tomasi is now going to be an absolute man on a mission. So I don't think it's going to be very long, but he's right over the back of Jalen Battle. As Jalen Battle's up the inside now, Michael Rosero. He's going to make that move stick. It looks like he's almost cleared him. And I don't think Michael Rosero is going to stand a chance into turn 3. No, he's not.
Oh, he might actually
little
send
tap.
it back down the inside.
Little tap from Michael Rosero.
Battle into the
Jalen
wall.
Battle's down the inside now, Michael Rosero.
Oh dear, this is getting close. Rosero up the track.
Is Jalen Battle going to go for the switchback? He
Yes,
is going to go for the switchback. He's not quite alongside. He's going to go for the move down into turn 3.
Oh, nudge. He is not happy with Michael Rosero. He made that look easy. Wow. Bumper to the back of the 23. Jalen Battle heads on through to 2nd, but the gap between the leaders now 3 seconds. That battling has cost them a ton of time, and it's let Tyler DeMasi get much closer to the bumper. Meanwhile, 3-way battle behind. This is for the 5th position. Eric Keplinger on the bumper of Brendan Timon.
I have a feeling there Stefan Denmark is going to try and sort of shove his nose somewhere, maybe follow Eric Keplinger through. But I'm not entirely sure what's going to end up with this battle, because at this point these seems like 3 very evenly matched drivers. And you never know. Maybe one of them's going to prevail easily and pull away. Maybe they're going to spin each other out. At this point, we don't know, but I have a feeling it's going to be a great battle nonetheless.
Yeah, just really, I think it's 4/10 separating these 3 cars. Eric Keplinger in the middle of it all, trying to get around the 34 of Brendan Timon. Timon with a little bit of a defensive line down the back. That's going to check up Eric Keplinger, and Stephen Denmark says there. Oh my goodness!
Oh,
Denmark just spun Eric Keplinger into the wall. He goes. No caution. Oh dear, I can't imagine Keplinger is going to be all too happy with Denmark after that. Meanwhile, behind, Andrew Cootie sending it up the inside of Brock Picard. Connor Grindstaff there to take advantage as well. Gap between the leaders, 2.8 seconds as Jalen Battle starts to reel in Eric Heater. Let's get a replay of what happened there between Eric Keplinger and Stephen Denmark, because I think he might have just moved him out of the way.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and bring it back a little bit. Eric Keplinger has Stephen Denmark on his bumper. Denmark tried to send it. I don't know if it happened this lap. No, I think it happened next time by, so we'll go ahead and speed it up just a little bit. No, it wasn't there. Might have gone back a little bit too far on the replay. So right here, going into turn number 3, Denmark sees an advantage to go down the inside, but he's just going to send it too deep. Denmark locking up and slams into the 60. Around goes Eric Keplinger into the wall. And then if we go ahead and fast forward a little bit, I have a feeling that there might have been a little bit of a nudge between him and Stephen Denmark, as the gap between the leaders is back up to 2.9 seconds.
I have to say, I'm very impressed with Eric Keplinger's technique there on the spin around. He managed to pull the GTA strat of get spun, hit the wall backwards, go from fourth to first, clutch, accelerator, and pull away seamlessly. That is some impressive
I
technique.
think it gave him an advantage because he just blew right by Stephen Denmark behind Andrew Cootie, facing pressure. Or never mind, I was going to say he was facing pressure from Connor Grindstaff, but Grindstaff is a lap down. The gap between the leaders is extending. I think we're going to need a caution if anyone's trying to challenge Eric Heater.
I have to say, though, I wouldn't be too opposed to seeing a little bit of karma come Andrew Cootie's way.
Yeah, me neither.
Because pulling a stunt like that, oh, that's going to ruffle some feathers, especially with Tyler Tomasi.
There's Connor Grindstaff going around him on the inside. I mean, that's got to sting for Andrew Cootie. Grindstaff right now is a lap down. He is outrunning one of the leaders in the points and nearly dooring him in 3 and 4. This battle isn't for position, but it sure is fun to watch.
Oh, yes. Entertainment at its finest.
Another thing
As we're going to look, Andrew Cootie's going to try and go for the switchback as Connor Grindstaff goes wide. Will he be able to clear him on exit? No, not quite. Connor Grindstaff getting the exit, though.
pretty close.
Looking, Connor Grindstaff will clear him into the corner. Andrew Cootie, though, is he going to try and get the exit? He won't have the exit, and Connor Grindstaff will clear him. Unlapping himself there from Andrew Cootie.
In fourth and running down the 23 of Michael Rosero. The gap between those two just 0.7 of a second. I really don't think Tomasi is going to be able to run him down under green, but it's kind of, I have a feeling we're going to get at least another caution before this race is over.
Well, you never know, though, but Tyler Tomasi is all over the back already of Michael Rosero. He's going to start applying pressure maybe in a lap or two from now.
Yeah,
this is going to be a very, very interesting one.
I think this has proven that Tyler Tomasi is probably the fastest driver out on track. We'll go ahead and pull up their last lap times so you can see the difference between Eric Heater and Tyler Tomasi. Surprisingly, Eric Heater ran a little bit faster, but I have a feeling that might be because Tyler Tomasi is caught up in traffic. Update on Eric Heater. He no lap traffic in sight. He's kind of just cruising right now in the race lead. Closest car to him is probably the 72 of Grindstaff, but he's still quite a ways away from Eric Heater.
Yeah, we've seen Grindstaff, though, how aggressive he can be, especially there as we saw him with Andrew Cootie. And already, Tyler Tomasi all over the back of Michael Rosero. Is he going to have a look at... Oh, Michael Rosero losing
down the
the
front
reins.
straightaway.
Up the inside for Tyler Tomasi? No, not on this occasion. Very close to the back of that 23
a little
car,
bit
though.
of a nudge, I think,
up
right
the
there.
inside.
The opportunity
It's gonna
opened
be
up,
up the-
and Tyler Tomasi took it. He's going to try it in 3 and 4. I think he's going to take it. Oh, no, maybe not. Rosero's holding on the outside. He's doing a good job.
We know how difficult here it is to hold around the outside of Martinsville. But you're going to have a look now, and completely cleared. Michael Rosero has Tyler Tomasi.
Up in the third goes Tyler Tomasi. Meanwhile, race leader Eric Heater checking out from the field. Next up on Tomasi's checklist is Jalen Battle, as he got a little bit of a shot from the 23. The action starting to calm down. Well, just as I say that, I'm realizing that there is a battle between Brock Picard and Andrew Cootie. Picard on the bumper. This battle for the 8th position.
I have to say, I think you just cut away at the wrong time there. But I think that the 23 car gave the 76 car a little nudge. It looks like it's a little bit more damage. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see any damage on that back of the 76 car. But
right
it certainly did look like they got very close. Not damage right now.
Back up to the leader, Eric Heater, because he has caught lap traffic. And I mean, I gotta wonder, Eric Heater, he's getting closer to the 9 of Andrew Cootie. We know what happened between them earlier in the race. Could we see a little retaliation? I don't know. We'll see about that.
Well, I have $20 on Eric Heater, so let's see as they go for round 2.
Meanwhile, side by side between Brock Picard and Andrew Cootie, this is going to hold up your leader, Eric Heater, but not by much, considering he still has a 5-second gap over second place Jalen Battle. Heater, he's kind of stuck right now. Not many places to go as Andrew Cootie goes wide off the bumper of Brock Picard. Picard now going to let Heater go down the inside.
Straight up, no fuss, lapping them cars. 24 car gonna hold around the inside, hits the wall a little bit, and Eric Heater's through. That really was not as impressive as I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
As Brock
I mean,
Picard
I'm
goes
kinda
wide,
hoping-
Andrew Coody's up is inside.
Kind of hoping for a late race caution here, maybe to spice up the action a little bit. There is a battle forming between Eric Keplinger and Brendan Timon. Eric Keplinger has made that truck look new, even though that back bumper is all kinds of out of shape. You see the left end just jutting out from the right, but he's going faster right now than Brendan Timon. Meanwhile, Tyler DeMasi is gaining on Jalen Battle for second. It'd be an impressive drive if he was able to make it up to second.
We got to remember though that Tyler Tomasi is going to be going for this championship, so he will not be happy with second, especially with Eric here ahead of him. I think he wants this race win.
Yeah, I got to imagine he's also not too happy with Andrew Cooty, so if he goes to lap him, I don't know if there's maybe going to be a little bit of contact there. I'm kind of hoping there is. We need something to spice up the action here, because Eric Heater, basically no one can stop him at this point, but I have a feeling that if there was a restart, Tomasi would be able to. Update on Eric Keplinger and Brendan Timon, he has not been able to get any closer to the 34. Michael Rosero has fallen off the bumper of Tyler Tomasi. Tomasi is getting closer to Jalen Battle. Jalen Battle not getting closer to your race leader, Eric Heater, who is out of traffic at this point.
He's catching the Georgia-Austria European Union car?
Question mark?
Question mark after that one. But yeah, he's going to catch him. Hopefully there's going to be no fuss with Stefan Denmark as he's going to lap him.
I mean, racer me doesn't want to fuss. Broadcaster me is kind of hoping maybe something happens. Brock Picard has gotten back on the bumper of Andrew Cooty. Now they're battling with the lap car of Connor Grindstaff. This is going to hold up the 9. Grindstaff going out wide, so does Brock Picard.
Brock Picard just brushing the wall on exit. Now he's going to be...
10 of Jalen Battle behind. Eric Heater has pretty much dominated the second half of this race. He's going to send it down the inside with no trouble of the 8. Locking up is the 10 of Jalen Battle.
I don't think that was him. I think that might have been the 24 of Brock Picard.
Oh, they're all hitting the wall down the front straightaway.
Everybody hitting the wall down the back straight. That's a interesting tactic.
Sorry about that.
Oh, sorry, I hadn't even
trouble
noticed.
keeping it in a straight line. Just, they want something. Grindstaff locking up
Oh,
again.
blown up
going
engine.
wide.
That looks like there might have been a blown up engine there for Connor Grindstaff.
No, he's all good. I think he just locked up a little bit.
I saw a lot of gray smoke. Perhaps he missed a shift or something.
Now you can see, I think he's running just fine. I think he would have brought it into the pits by now. He's got Jalen Battle, one of the lead lap cars, on his bumper. As we come to 5 laps to go, Grindstaff locking up again. His brakes are probably pretty worn out. Oh dear, nearly contact with Brock Picard. I was kind of hoping
Racer me wants this to be very clean, but commentator me wants a little bit of action.
Exactly. I was kind of hoping
Here
Brock
as we
Picard
come
would get
as
further.
we're about to
Nothing
come
against
to
you,
5 to
Brock.
go.
All right, we got 5 laps to go. About to make it 4. Eric Heater has been dominant. He has had no trouble basically all night. I don't know. You see any debris out there? Maybe maybe something in turn 2. This maybe.
I mean, I got $20 in my pocket to bribe Casey for a caution here.
All right, Casey, if you're listening, I mean the man has money.
I mean, I do need to pay for college, so not too sure about that one.
All right. 4 to go this time by. Eric Heater is coming around to make it 3. Field relatively spread out except for Brendan Timon and Eric Keplinger. Keplinger has gotten around the 34 and driven it back up into 5th. Tyler DeMasi has fallen off the bumper of Jalen Battle. 3 laps to go, and out front it is all Eric Heater.
And I did just notice Tyler Tomasi is about to lap the 9 of Andrew Cooty.
Oh boy.
I want some revenge.
I mean, here, if you're Tyler DeMasi, you get some revenge, you get a late race caution and a shot at the win. I mean, it seems like a win-win to me, minus the whole penalty thing. Is he going to do it
up the
cleanly?
inside now.
Down the inside, alongside the 9. No trouble there. Coming to the
Mature
white
from
flag.
Tyler Tomasi. Oh goodness, and they're side by side again. White flag is in the air.
1 lap to go. It's been Eric Heater out front basically the entire second half of the race. I have a feeling nothing can stop him at this point in time. Coming around to take the checkered flag in just another 2 corners is that number 28 of Eric Heater. Going a little bit wide in 3 and 4, but I have a feeling it's not going to matter. Eric Heater down the front straightaway has won at Martinsville. 2nd place going to Jalen Battle. Tomasi in 3rd. Michael Rosero going to come home in 4th. Eric Keplinger in that very much beat-up Legends Racing League TMG Chevrolet. Brings it around turn number 4 to finish in 5th.
Behind them, it looks like Brendan Timon is going to finish in 6th, Stefan Denmark in 7th, Andrew Cootie.
Oh, blown engine for the... Oh, this is interesting. Blown engine for the 34? Oh, he just turned Derek
in the
Keplinger.
back.
What was that about? Drama after
Perhaps
the checkered
some
flag.
drama.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, and retaliation immediately from Eric Keplinger.
I think
You
we're
see,
gonna have
this
to
is the
interview
drama
them.
we needed 10 laps ago.
Man, you guys couldn't have done that like a lap earlier, huh? All right, so we'll take a look at a replay of what happened after the line. Nope, that's too soon. I mean, So this is 3 and 4.
I mean,
Timon gets into the wall.
Cross the line, no troubles.
Speed it up a little. I think this is coming to the flag. I mean, did it happen?
I mean, Brendan Timon, I believe, is under
my-
suspension for some... Oh, he went for it. He went for it before.
I think something happened earlier between these two. Take a look at this. I mean, I have a feeling this wasn't a mistake. Oh, actually, we should cover Eric Heater's burnout. Sorry about that one, Eric. Burning it down at Martinsville. Well, I think he's actually heading into the pits now. We might have missed that. We'll get back to that in just a minute. But Eric Heater, there is your race winner. Something happened between Eric Keplinger. Oh, he's going to do it in the pit lane. How about that? So Eric Heater has won at Martinsville. We'll take a look at what happened between Keplinger and Timon in just a moment as Eric Heater celebrates his big win. I want to say this is his 3rd of the season. Kind of funny considering he is the league admin, but Eric Heater burning it down in turns 1 and 2. He is officially, or at least I think he's officially your race winner. I can't imagine any penalties are going to come towards that 28. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm still confused about what's happened between Brendan Timon and Eric Keplinger. Because Brendan Timon is on a warning right now.
Interesting.
He's either on a warning or a race suspension from something, I do believe.
All right,
I'm
so
just going...
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit unprofessional here, but I'm just going to go ahead and back it up and try and figure out what happened between these two. Because you can see, I think something happened before then. Because look at this going into turn 1. This is on the cooldown lap. Timon is very obviously trying to get Eric Keplinger. He does it again. But I don't know what happened between these two.
That really surprised me because on Wednesday night, Brendan Timon got a 1-race suspension due to causing a wreck by bumping whilst under probation.
Oh, wait, guys. So I was told by the league owner, you guys are talking about me and Brendan. We're just messing around. It's not drama. All right.
Oh, well,
he was just messing around with me. All right.
You've just ruined the story of the day.
We're trying to make a story here.
Well, no, he got mad at me because so this was his storyline. He was like, "Yo, Keplinger, please let me pass you." He got 6 last race, please. He just wants a top 5. But like, no man, I have the better car. I gotta get by you. So I waited for him to make a mistake. I got by him, and he's like, "Oh man, I could have had a top 5 if it was for Keplinger," because he really wanted that top 5 because he wanted redemption for his 6th place finish last race. So at the end, he was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna wreck you," but he said he was just joking around. So
can we point out I still call drama?
And I just see in the penalties channel warning to Brendan Timon, Eric Keplinger, number 60, stop joking around post race. Ah. All right, so let's get on with the typical post-race ceremonies. We'll go ahead and bring up your top 3. And by the way, thank you, Eric, for joining us here in the booth. Thank you for running my logo on the truck, by the way. Very, very cool.
It was literally last minute. Like I ran out of time. I just had to find somewhere I could put it on the car.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Keplinger, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, let's get on with the usual post-race ceremonies, starting with driver the number 28 and winner in Martinsville, Eric Heater. If I can move him properly. Here we go. Move to... I'll find it in just a minute. Okay, here we go. Hey, Eric, this is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. First of all, I wanted to say congratulations on your victory. You did a good job out there and dominating the second half of the race. But really, the moment of the race happened when Tyler Tomasi essentially got turned by Michael Ricero. Do you think that if Tomasi hadn't gotten dumped, he would have been able to challenge you for the win?
Honestly, I don't really think so. Really, my issue in the first stage there was just I was getting in behind Tomasi and I was just being a bit too aggressive with my tires. I really wanted to get by him, but I probably should have known that since it's so hard to pass with these cars at this track, I probably should have just stayed behind him, ran his pace, tried not to, overdo the tires, because really I just ran them off, and I was a little bit lucky at the end there. Jalen didn't get by me. I know he was really trying pretty hard to get by me. He was bumping me and all that, which is good racing, but unfortunately for him, fortunately for me, I was able to hold him off. And then once I got the lead there off of the pit stops, I knew it would be a lot better. I wasn't totally confident with the outside line choosing it initially. I wanted to see how the inside would go, but they were able to stick pretty well with me. So I figured may as well gamble and use the top. That's usually what I go with most of the time, and definitely worked. So I got a pretty huge gap, honestly, on the start. So from there, I was just able to use the clean air, run at my own pace, didn't burn my stuff off, and I kept up a pretty large margin. So it was a pretty good race for us. Definitely what we wanted for the championship standings as far as that goes. So we'll have to see for the rest of the season if we can keep this up, keep this momentum, and get the championship done.
Yeah, Eric, we saw there actually just before Tyler Tomasi got dumped by Michael Rosero, Andrew Cudi, it looked like he was trying to hold you up for some reason. He wasn't really getting out of your way when you were trying to lap him. Do you think that was a purposeful move, or do you think that he was just, he just didn't know where to go?
I think it was a deal of he knew that there was probably a caution coming because earlier on in that race, there were a lot of cautions to start out on the very start. So he probably figured if he could stay ahead of me just for a little bit, he could catch the caution and not have to take the wave around.
When Tyler Tomasi did get dumped, was there an element of like an accordion effect where, Andrew Cudi checked up a little bit too much and you checked up and Tyler Tomasi checked up and then Michael Rosero just didn't check up enough? Or do you think that it was just a case of Michael Rosero just getting it slightly wrong?
Well, I haven't really seen the replay of it, but from in the car, it did feel like he checked us up a little bit there. I'm not sure if that directly caused it, but he was checking us up a little bit there. Like he checked me up and then Tyler got into me a bit. So, but I don't know. We'll have to look back at it. I know he was on probation. I don't know if he caused any other issues, but we'll see. I don't think so. The race went pretty well, especially the second half. So hopefully it was good racing. I'm not so sure it was up front though, but I don't know. I'll watch back the broadcast and see how you guys did and all that.
To know we were being evaluated.
All right, so thank you, Eric.
Anyway, thank you very much, Eric, and congratulations on your win.
Next up, we're going to go ahead and pull up second place finisher Jalen Battle. Actually, I don't think he's in the Discord at the moment, so we'll just go ahead and...
He was 5 seconds ago.
Oh, there we go. Hey, Jalen, this is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. Congratulations on your second place finish. So, in that second half of the run there, you looked almost even on pace with Eric Heater, but a little bit of an incident with I don't remember who it was you were battling with, but you guys were battling really hard. It really slowed you down. Do you think that if that didn't happen, you were going to be able to challenge Eric for the win?
I'm not too sure. The 23, I got just a little incident with him and just lost a bit of time later. I don't know. It was just suck on our part. Made a few mistakes on pit road and then getting set back. Had to pass the field, I think, 2 times, past so many cars. Hindsight 2020, that was fun, but wish we didn't have to restart in the tail end, that final restart there. But I don't know. I think we would have had something if I didn't get too big of a jump on the restart, and then we got past all the traffic. But had a good car. I think it was a lot better on the long run. Eric just could get really good on the restarts and he could just take off, and by the time my car came in, it was about 2-second lead. We were running pretty much identical pace right at the end there. I would run a faster time, he would run a faster time, but just not enough. But came one short, so not terrible, not bad.
Yeah, so Jalen, we saw you qualified second, I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Did you think coming into this that because Eric Heater qualified so low that you might just be able to get ahead, hold everybody behind you, and just hog that inside line all the way to second flag, or did you think that you were going to have to fight like hell for this one?
It's Martinsville. There are going to be cautions. Eric's a really good driver, really fast. So I knew it was going to be a threat throughout the race. Qualifying didn't really matter too much. Got turned around there. Beginning of the race there, and then we're just kind of in a hole for the rest of that. It would have been great. It would have been nice to actually get to the lead and just hold it off for a while, but didn't work out that way.
Yeah, brilliant. So thank you very much, and congratulations on your second place, Jalen Battle in the number 42 car.
Thank you, guys.
Actually, he's the number 10, but his Discord name is up. I don't know if he runs in more than one series. Next up, third place finisher, Tyler Tomasi. Tyler, this is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. First of all, I wanted to say incredible job out there. You were able to drive from the back all the way back up to third, but it's the incident that I want to talk to you about. When Andrew Cootie was holding everybody up, you just kind of got rear-ended by Michael Rosero. Can you give us your perspective of the incident?
It's just another league with Michael and him driving into me. It's the same thing every league I'm in. He gets behind me and there's absolutely zero patience. Usually most times I can save it, but that time I didn't. But I still finished third because I drove my way to the front. It was going to be a battle between me and the 28, but, it doesn't surprise me anymore, to be honest.
I asked a similar question to Eric Heater, so I'm going to kind of ask the inverse to you. Do you think that if you had a chance kind of lining up next to or behind Eric Heater, do you think you could have challenged him for the win?
Yeah, we were ahead of him the first half of the race. We lost it on pit road, and then we got junked.
Anything you'd like to say to Michael Rosero that, is PG and can go on the broadcast?
Just stay away from me.
That's Tyler
That's all I have to
Tomasi, driver of the number 76. Obviously a disappointing run tonight, but he was still able to drive it all the way up to third. I do want to bring up one more driver here who made their debut in the Truck Series tonight. Driver of the number 72, Connor Grindstaff. Connor, this is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. So it's definitely not the result that you were looking for throughout the race, but multiple times you were cracking the top 5. You were running a lot faster than a lot of other more experienced drivers out there. Can you kind of give us your perspective of the race?
Just kind of sucked. The trucks are stupid, and Martinsville, they don't really handle well. You couldn't hit the gas that good exiting the corner on cold tires. That's kind of why I spun, but...
So... we didn't catch it on the broadcast, but at one point you were running 5th. We checked back, and all of a sudden you were towards the end of the field. Was it just kind of over-ambitiously getting on the gas too early? Or...
No, you can't really hit the gas in those cars with cold tires. You just can't.
Either way, you had a pretty impressive debut, some really good runs. Any plans on coming back to the series?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, well, Connor, so we saw there that for most of the race you were, running inside the top 5, as Jonathan said. Do you think that before you spun, you were going to be able to maybe challenge for maybe even a podium position?
No, not really.
No, you were just expecting to be lingering around the back of the whole race?
Yeah. But when the guy who owns the league runs in it, it's kind of just dumb.
Oh, well, we have some more drama here. Connor, keep in mind, you do race in the Street Stock Series. You can get kicked out of that if you're not careful.
I don't really care. I won't run that.
Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and send you back to the racing chat. Man,
ladies and gentlemen, that is confidence right there. That is confidence in himself. I was, he turns up, goes, I'm fully expecting to run at the back, and I don't care about this league and all that, and that is not the attitude you're going to have if you want to win races.
For a guy who just had one of the most impressive debuts in trucks that are pretty hard to drive, I'm kind of amazed that he was that down on himself. It's not unlike Connor to kind of be sarcastic and not really care about much, but man, that is 2 interviews in a row now where everyone's just been so mad at each other. All right, before we sign off the broadcast, Tom, do you have anyone else to bring up into the booth for an interview?
I was kind of thinking about bringing up Michael Rosero. We saw him getting into a lot of action there. So, not especially sure what you think about that one, Jonathan.
I think that's a great idea. Why don't we pull him up?
Yep. If I can figure the move to button.
I can do it.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael. It's Thomas up in the booth. How you got me?
Yeah, I got you. Oh, what's up?
So, run me through that absolutely mental race you had. And if I can just start you off there with your little incident with Tyler Tomasi.
Yeah, I don't really take the blame on that. It was clearly his fault. I bumped him a little bit, and he still had control. He just hit the apex and then landed on me. But that race had a lot of ups and downs. We started 4th in sports, so I'm very happy with that finish.
Well, the message that Tyler Tomasi has for you is "Don't come near me" or "Don't talk to me," something along those lines. So you think you had no part in that blame? Do you think that maybe there would be something you could have done differently? Do you think even Andrew Cooney checked up the whole pack while he was being lapped, and at that point there was nothing you could do? Or do you think that just Charlie Tomasi made a mistake in your opinion, and it ended up with him spinning?
Yeah, I'm going with the opinion. I mean, that's a short track racing.
Last thing I wanted to ask you about, sorry, why am I forgetting his name? Tyler Tomasi. He said something about how you've had run-ins in other leagues, other races. Is there any truth to that, or just trying to back up the story?
Well, I don't know, really. I'm in this league. We're very, very fun in it, but I left all the other leagues.
All right, well, that's been Michael Rosero. Congratulations on your 4th place finish. I gotta say, there are a lot of stories coming out tonight. We got Connor Grindstaff, who really isn't that happy with his debut, despite a pretty impressive performance, in my opinion. Michael Rosero, Tyler Tomasi, obviously not happy with each other, and Jalen Battle and Eric Heat are probably the only 2 people here who really don't have any opinions about what happened tonight. So, we're going to go ahead and pull up the results on your screen. Thank you all for watching today's race at Martinsville. It's certainly a very interesting one. Lots of tempers flaring. It'll be interesting to see if any of these storylines continue into the future races. Thomas, before we sign up the broadcast, you got anything to say?
Apart from running through the grid order there, so your official grid order, winning the race is the number 28 car of Eric Heater. Behind him, Jalen Battle in his 10 car, Tyler Tomasi in 76, Michael Rosero in the 23 car, coming home in 4th position. Cleaning out the top 5 is Eric Keplinger in his number 60 LRL TMG broadcast car. Behind them, just outside of the top 5, frustratingly for him, the 34 car of Brendan Timon. Behind them, the 8 car of Stefan Denmark, who looked impressive today, but just couldn't quite get it done. In 8th, the number 9 car of Andrew Cooney, who's done some controversial things tonight, but those will be reviewed by the admins, and we'll let you know soon. Behind him, the 24 car of Brock Bacard looked strong to begin with, fell back a little bit. The 38 car of Matt Moreau, didn't really see much of him tonight. Behind them, the disappointing result for the 72 car of Connor Grindstaff, Mr. Frown, as we like to call him now. And rounding off your grid is the number 75 car of Joseph Madigan, who's going to be absolutely punching a hole through the drywall after that one.
So, thank you all for watching tonight's race at Martinsville. We hope you all enjoyed. A lot of stories coming out of this one. It'll be interesting to see if any of them carry over into next week at Michigan. And really, I look out for that 76 and the 23. I'm not going to say that, Tyler Tomasi is going to go out and dump Rosero. But if they're racing for the lead, don't be surprised if things get just a little bit dirty. All right. This has been Jonathan Oates and Thomas Fisher for the TMG Racing Network. But as of now, coverage of the Legends Racing League Race 6 at Martinsville is over. Thank you all for watching. I and Thomas will see you all on Tuesday for Race 1 of the Legends Racing League Street Stock Series from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Thank you everybody for watching, but until next time, this is Jonathan Oates and Thomas Fisher signing out. Have a good one.